Welcome back, my friends. So today I want to take a look at the brand new version of the HyloStick Pro hack. This is version 1.1 for the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. So on my channel, we did take a look at the previous version, which unlocked pretty much the entire Neo Geo library for this device. And with this new version, we get a lot more stuff. Mostly arcade games like CPS and then some other classic games as well. And then a little bit of console games. I think this is an awesome hack that really brings out the potential of this device. I've really been digging the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. It's like one of my favorite gaming devices of its nature, as of recent time anyway. So before we jump into that, let me just show you how I got this set up. So on my desktop, boom, here we go. So I did download the pack, the version 1.1. It was in 3 parts, so I unzipped the first one, and then it gave us everything put together, right? So I got this folder right here. And then there was also an update that fixed a few little minor things. It was called the Accumulative Update 1 for the ASP version 1.1. So I unzipped that. So I had both of my folders right here. So within this right here, we have an ASP H folder, a CD key folder, which is not necessary. These are just the official unlocks from SNK to unlock the hidden games that are on the device already. There's 20 of them total, but this is only 16, so I guess they still have 4 more to unlock. If you want to legitimately unlock those, or kind of legitimately, I did do a video on just unlocking all 20 of them at once. Take a look at that, but yeah, that's one thing on here that you don't need, but it's nice that it's there as a little extra. You get a little README folder and then a setup folder, and then an uninstaller and an update.img file. So in the README, definitely recommend scrolling through this, but it was fairly simple to do. I did update my Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro from the previous HyloStick Pro hack, and it was just the same process. I didn't have to uninstall, I didn't have to do anything weird, but definitely read through this. It explains what's on here, how many games for each system, but we'll take a look at that in a second. So out of this folder here, the HyloStick Pro version 1.1, that ASP folder, there is that update. So we just take this ASP folder and copy it over to this one and just let it write over it. It's just a handful of files. And then from there on my USB drive that is FAT32, I copied over from the download the ASP H folder. So I just deleted the one that I already had. I did put the CD key on there just, for whatever reason. I don't need it. But this was a new Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. I actually have 3 of these things. I really do like this device, damn it. And then I put the update image. So if you want to do the uninstall, you can uninstall this, put it back to factory condition. You would use that one instead of the update one. So I put that all on the USB drive and then popped it into the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. So back on the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro, I'm greeted to this selection screen once I turn the console on, because I did do the previous HyloStick Pro hack. Now, if you didn't do the hack, you'll just go to the stock user interface. Now, it's going to be the same process either way, if you're upgrading or updating from the previous version, or you're doing this hack for the first time. Go into the stock user interface, go down to the bottom to the little settings icon, hit A, make sure that it's recognized that your USB is plugged in. You'll see that little logo, little icon on the right-hand side. And then from there, go down the system and then to the system upgrade. Once you hit that, it'll go through the process of either updating your hack or installing the new hack if you didn't do that already. If you want to install the CD keys for the stock user interface, you would just click unlock and it would just instantly do that. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this has to offer. So hitting HyloStick, let that boot up. The first time you boot this up, it'll say something about not being for sale and it's a free download. It only does that once, so keep that in mind. So from here, we have 150 Neo Geo games. This is just the way it boots up, straight into Neo Geo. I think most people, this is what they're going to want it for. We have 150 games. I mean, it's a small library, but there's a lot of solid titles here, including we have the new Samurai Showdown 5 Perfect on here, which is pretty cool. We'll take a look at a couple games in a second, but I mean, we know what Neo Geo looks like. It runs fantastically well. We have Unibios 4.0 on here. We have all sorts of awesomeness. Ninja Master is such a great game. but everything here runs flawlessly. So no worries about that. So there's pretty much the whole selection of Neo Geo. We have that 5 Perfect that just came out. So that's really cool. And then there's the rest of the list. Now, you're probably saying, well, where's the other games, right? It only says 150. We should have some CPS action up in here, right? Now, in order to swap to a different system and games, what you're going to want to do is go down to the little settings icon, hit A, and then go into game systems amongst our other options, and we will be greeted to a system select screen. So Neo Geo, we were just in. CPS, arcade classics, brawlers, shooters, Sega and Super Nintendo. These 2 are consoles, and then some Chinese writing down below, which just leads back to the stock user interface, but just in that language. So I don't really understand why that's there. At least that's what it did when I tested it. So let's scroll through these games, test a few things real quick. So CPS 1, 2, and 3 is what's included here. 71 games, so pretty much the full library. Every system has a different background image, like you see here, Capcom Play System, 71 games. I think this one works very well. Some of the others don't look as good, in my opinion. Things kind of blend into the background, but there are alternate artworks that you could use instead of whatever's stock on here, so you could swap that around. It is on the download within the build, but we have a lot of classic games here, a lot of cool stuff. I think we should test out probably Marvel or something, but yeah, all the Street Fighters up to Third Strike. There's that. Let's go ahead and go back. Takes a second to load up, and then our select button will be our quarters. Insert coin. Hit start. There we go. I've tested quite a few of these games, and I've not had any issues. Everything seems to perform very well, so that's a plus. The one thing of note is that games like this, like Street Fighter and whatnot, the button layout's not going to be correct. So with this controller, you can change that up, as it is a little jarring playing things like Street Fighter with the incorrect layout. But if you hit the options button, go down the controller settings, select your controller, and then you can configure from there. I'm just going to leave it stock for now. You can save it, cancel, reset the default. So there's that. Let's exit out and test something else out. Arcade classics, a lot of older stuff here. I believe you have like pre-Neo Geo SNK, like Alpha Mission, Burger Time. 27 games here. Nice little selection. I'm sure you guys have seen all these games. These all work perfectly fine. Let's go to the next system, which is going to be Brawlers. And there's a little joke in here some people may not appreciate. I had a little laugh, but I don't know. So a lot more arcade games. We got Bad Dudes, Bucky O'Hare's classic, Captain America and the Avengers. Hell yeah. 53 games. Michael Jackson, Cowboys of Moo Mesa, Sunset Riders, the Ninja Turtle games, Simpsons, all the classics that you would hope for. And then you get to the end, and I first saw this, I was like, there's no way this freaking game runs. And I'm not going to click on it, because if you click on it, you get rickrolled. Never going to give you up plays, and it's the music video. Kind of a FUD-up joke, if you will. But yeah, they threw that on here. Thought, you know, a little Hilo thought he was kind of funny, I guess. But yeah, no thank you. So let's check out Turtles in Time. Winners don't use drugs.
Let kick shell. Let kick shell.
Hit that select button. Cool. 2-player version on here, so you can actually select your turtle.
This is April on the Young reporting.
Like these 2-player game, or 2-button games anyway. Like I'm not even sure what's the jump button. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you just got to kind of, you know, play with it, figure out what the buttons are for each game. But yeah, all these games are working fantastically well. Let's go ahead and get out of there. Let's kick shell. Shooters, we've got a bunch of shoot 'em ups here. 61 to be exact. Darius, Gunbird, a lot of awesome stuff. I like this because it's like a curated list. You don't have thousands of games. Some people like that. I personally don't. I like having a smaller selection of just awesomeness, right? Hot Dog Storm, what? But, you know, I don't look at this like it's a mini classic edition console. It's kind of the same, but a little different. It's an arcade stick. So for me, it's meant for arcade games. And that's what I want to play on this thing. Like the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis stuff, I'm not going to mess with that. Like, why would I? I've got plenty of other devices to play that, and I prefer using original controllers. I mean, maybe using like the CD pad, a little mini CD pad would be okay. I don't know. But yeah, I want to use this for the arcade games. So let's go ahead and deposit coin. There we go. So there we go, a little salamander action. Why not? Playing a lot of salamander lately. But let's go ahead and move on to the next. Next is going to be Sega and Super Nintendo. I'll just go ahead and float through the list real quick so you can see. But like I said, everything has played decently well for me. I haven't really ran into any issues. But here you go, Sega Genesis. You got 83 games. Little curated selection. A lot of cool stuff, I'm sure, but like I said, I just want to play the arcade games. So having that 150 Neo Geo library plus the 71 CPS and then all the additional arcade stuff really brings out the value of this, device for me. I really enjoy it. Like, I have so many of these different consoles to play games on, but this one I always go back to just because it's all in one, multi-purpose, and just a lot of fun that does a good job of playing Neo Geo games, right? And with this hack, getting to play even more than that is really cool. So I really appreciate what Hylo has done here with this, and I'm sure plenty of other people do as well. 31 Super Nintendo games. There you go. Pretty cool. Maybe I could play Killer Instinct on here, right? Maybe we'll go ahead and check that out. But there you go. Little selection of Super Nintendo games. Pretty cool. I wasn't even going to test out a Super Nintendo game, but I figured screw it, let's do it. Oh, snap. Got him. Oh, son of a bitch. So there you guys go. Just wanted to highlight this hack real quick. I think it's pretty cool. Really brings out the value of the device. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Really do appreciate every single one of you guys. And with that said, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. And boom. Bye.